Again, I back on my Porsche. Finally finished that vapor blasting cabinet. So tired of it, done with it. So just have a couple little things to do to it, but I'm waiting for parts. I make my own blocks, and I glue these fatigue floor paddings that you buy anywhere that you interlock. And what I do, I cut them and then I just glue them together, and I make my blocks. They're nice because they stay stiff. But last week when I was looking for stuff for my vapor blaster in Harbor Freight, I saw these really hard knee pad, I guess they call the kneeling pad stuff. And I thought, man, it's got a nice thickness to it. So I decided to make a block out of the remainder. And I like it because you don't have to glue anything together. You just cut it, shape it to what you want, and it works pretty good. So I put 240 grit sandpaper that I had, self-adhesive, and this is not a 3M product, but it works okay. The sandpaper, you really want the best you can get your hands on. So I'm going to start sanding on it, and as you see, you already kind of see like low spot, more prevailing than the guide coat was. So what I do too is I have a piece of cloth I use to get rid of the dust from there, so you can keep working. So I use a microfiber towel, which really grabs onto the dust from the sandpaper. But you can see there's some low spot right here. This part was really bad on the car, but it's getting better. I don't know if I'm going to apply more filler, but I think I can sand it out. But what I like about it, it really shows all the faults in your bodywork. We don't like to find fault in our stuff, but you have to when it comes to this kind of work. Sometimes you think you're done, and you just keep like, oh God, it's never ending. But this roof was really bad. I had to roll it with my English wheel that I made, and it really came out nice. But as I was doing the work on it, it's never perfect. You see, there's some low spots right there. Be sure if I'm going to find any fill on there yet. Just keep sanding. It seems like it's going away. I might be able to go through the filler and get it. And there's a little divot right there. I don't even feel it, so it's probably just the thickness of the paint. And it seems to be going away. The roof, you really notice the roof on the Porsche because the carpet's so low. You want the roof to be as straight as possible. So is the hood too. The hood is really noticeable in these cars, and also every bit of the car. One of the guys left a comment. They wanted to see more bodywork on the car, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll make another video. I didn't think anyone really wanted to see the bodywork on the car being performed, but a comment will make me do a video. So I don't know, I forgot the guy's name. He sent me the comment, but I think you want to do videos based on your comments, so you can keep a fan base or at least some followers. Here it is. I was just gonna do it without no one seeing in the dark. No one. But it's nice to know that people are interested in what you're doing. Makes you kind of make you feel good. So this part was really beat up. I had a hard time getting the dolly in there. I can barely feel something there, so I think I'm going to have to put filler there just a bit, just a tiny bit. And when you sand, you've got to do your cross mode, and you have to really keep an eye on your hand pressure. You don't want to put too much hand pressure because then you're just sanding too much off, and you're not really getting a true feel of the divots or whatever in the body. Sorry, it's hard for me to explain things. Sometimes I get tongue-tied, but there's a little old spot there. We don't feel anything there, even though it's showing. I'm still got sand there. Notice the sandpaper is not the greatest. It seems to lose its oil really quick. That's the problem when you buy no-name sandpaper. You get what you pay for. I highly recommend 3M products when it comes to sandpaper because they seem to not clog up as much as other sandplate papers. This one's not really clogging up because it's pretty dry, this product, so, but it's just, it loses its strength right away, I noticed. All right, I'm just continuing right here. See, right here, it's quite, I cannot even feel it, but there is something going on right here, and what makes it hard is I have to go in every direction so I don't put a valley in it when I'm sanding. It seems to be coming out. I don't want to go through the primer underneath, but I might have to just a bit. A little bit better. This may not show up, but darn well is not going to take that chance. Just a little bit. I probably just need a little bit heavier primer right there. See, it's getting much smoother. There's just a little bit going on right here. I mean, barely feel it. I don't even feel it. If I didn't see it, I wouldn't feel it. I know it. It is a little bit soothing when you're sanding and start to see something that was really bad becoming nice again. Let me use my bigger block. This is a little bit more heavier paper. Sand through it a little bit quicker. Right there. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. I have to move the camera a little bit over. Right here. As you see, if you don't use the guide coat, you can easily miss spots, little spots like this. Well, there's a little divot right. Yeah, I feel it. So I'm leaving that alone. Need a little attention. I'm gonna jump over the camera. Hopefully I can see what I'm doing. So it doesn't come out as a film. Right here, just, I mean, so little. What's that word? Lock, lock, lock. Keep locking because there's nothing left. Like I say, I'll probably primer it again and lock it again. Even though I might even paint it a bright color that may not show up, but when you're getting into a car that's going to be pretty expensive car like this when it's done, you don't want to cut any corners. You want it as nice as possible, as nice as your capabilities are. I don't want to pay anyone to do the work, so I'm going to do it myself. And the satisfaction you get when it's all done, and you know, the compliments you get. It's nice to get compliments when you do stuff right. I mean, it's barely anything. A little bit there. It's good to switch between gloss. Just keep the same type sandpaper, same grit. And it kind of really tells you which one you need to replace. You'll notice you have to work a little harder after a while because the paper has lost its strength, its grip, or whatever you call it. So this is, and I can't even feel anything there. A little bit there. This part right here was all. I mean, it looked like a cavern. So bad. I sat there with a crowbar. Started off with a crowbar. Worked my way up to a little dolly, a little spoon, English wheel. Tapping it very lightly so it's only all gone. And then I put a little bit of filler here. It was kind of hard to get in this little area right here, so there's a little bit more filler in this area than anywhere else in the car, but it's so minuscule. It's not even. I've seen so many cars out there even Porsches, just on YouTube, they go to strip it, it's like got 20 gallons of Bondo on it, just because whoever had it, a body shop, they didn't want to pay the right money to take the dents out. Well, here you go. I don't know if I'm going to keep going on it. I'm going to go on it until it's time to put filler on it. This one has a, it's almost impossible to find that one. I can't believe I can take these things. And here's a little divot. So all I gotta do is fill this just a little bit right here. Here I just sand a little bit more, probably go away. Alright, I'm going to continue. Let's see if you can see it. Maybe a little bit further back. There you go, it's getting really nice right here. Almost all gone right there. When I was doing my 57 Nomad, I had a 55 wagon. Them roofs are big. And on my 55 wagon, someone had decided to take a little walk on it. And that took a little work, but luckily it popped out and I almost had no filler. The filler was only in the corners. And I was shocked because I said, the way it popped out so easily, but it didn't tin can, it just basically popped out. So thank God it didn't tin can. Just like this car, most of this car, there was no tin canning in it when I was doing the work on when I was using the English wheel. There was only a couple little spots that were questionable, and I heat treated it so they don't pop, they don't tin can. And I hadn't had any issues. When I was younger, I'd work on a hood and it was so bad. Tin can, and I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know everything, but it's gotten better to be a little bit more respectful to the metal. Don't go in there like a maniac and try to conquer it all at once. You got to take your time and then you get it pretty dialed in. So here it is. It's pretty darn straight right here. Just a little filler there, and maybe a wee bit here. I don't know if you can see it in the camera. Possibly right here too. I probably won't sand no more. Just put a little bit of filler, more like a scratch filler, more like a putty than anything else. As it go down, it's still, it's still really nice. I hope you guys don't get bored on this video. People are asking, so I'll give them what they want. This part is very tedious to me and gets kind of boring, but here it is. I say very little here and a little bit here, and then I'll reprimer it and reblock it again. As you see, I had to put a little bit of spot putty or whatever you call it there, in there, a little bit right there. On this side, it just needed to sand a little bit harder. This was a little bit of filler that was there, which was sanded flush. So right there, there's not much attention to be done on this side. This side wasn't bad at all. As you see, it just gets a little bit better as it goes. Tomorrow I'll jump on the other side. This side's pretty much done. I have to look over just to make sure there's no scratches. I'm gonna primer it gray in the spots that are exposed, and then I'll lightly scuff it, and then I'll do another guide coat just to triple check my work. I haven't done much body work lately in the past 5-6 years, so I'm a little rusty when it comes to doing body work. So as you see, it's getting there on the front. I'll just have to continue going around here. I hope I'm not boring you guys with this body work, but someone has to show some, so I'm showing some. Thank you.